This time on the infamous project.
Welcome back to the Infamous Project, guys. It is Labor Day weekend and it is Labor Day itself, which means, well, I'm not working on regular tasks, giving myself a break and working on Project Foxidized. Call it work, call it a labor of passion and love, or whatever you will. I am probably already 20 hours invested into this car, so the investment dollars are just racking up and racking up. Did a bunch of little nitty-gritty tasks here that we're going to get into to start the video off. But then if you guys stick around, it's time, guys. It is time to start getting the look and the feel of this car right. So you're gonna see how much I can knock out here today. You can see I'm already sweating and I've been already slaving and working out here in the sun, but should be worth it. I just can't wait to see what this is gonna look like when it's down on the ground here. So let's get the car up. Gonna most likely have to bash those fenders in a little bit, roll those up, and get the spindle swapped on over here. It's 96 through 98 style, and you can tell that by this guy right here being straight and not angled up. And you know, people will say bump steer this, bump steer that, yeah, whatever. This car is going to be too low and too shitty to care. So there's one of the cut coils that was originally in the shipbox Fox. Just a stock coil cut way the hell down. So we're going to go ahead, jack the car up, get this stuff swapped over. Another day, it is Labor Day. Hopefully all of you guys have had an excellent long weekend by the time that you're watching this. I know I tried to switch off a little bit, and well, now it's Monday. It's kind of like a relaxed day because we know that nobody is at work. Nobody should really be trying to blow up my phone or disturb me or anything like that. So what better excuse to work on Project Foxidized a little bit, right? So if you guys remember where we left off on this guy, it was pretty much regasketing the top end of the motor, got rid of all that sludge that was underneath the valve covers, underneath the lower intake manifold, and we did the O-rings on the fuel injectors and got everything cleaned and tidied up. And the car did start at the end of the video. However, I was saying that there was a little bit of an electrical issue and ended up being a bad TFI module. And it was probably just a little bit of luck of the draw of me moving when I pulled the distributor out, maybe it rolling around and everything else. It just kind of wanted to give up. So I stole the distributor out of the yellow car real quick, just doing some trial and error, and sure enough, the car fires right up, idles right up. I was actually trying to burn off some of the excess oil and everything down along the sides of the headers, so it's still smoking a little bit, but nothing like it was before. And as it burns that shit off, you know, I'm pretty confident that we won't have anywhere near. It might still leak a little bit, maybe the rear main or whatever else, but it won't be like before. So the name of the game today is I want to be able to get all of the proper fluids in the car. So if you guys remember, you know, I did try and throw some water in here. The water's already gone, which means there's a leak. Transmission, bottom line coming into the radiator on that side, it has a leak. So, and which I think is ultimately the issue why the transmission isn't engaging, because it is low in fluid. So got another radiator sitting over there. Gonna get that swapped in, and if we can get everything going the way that I'm hoping it will, in other words, the car running and driving without the fear of it overheating or losing oil or blowing up or any of those things, then we're moving on to the stance, which means 19-inch chrome Saleens, some cut springs, not doing the full suspension again, kind of do things in stages, right, guys? We got to make sure that the car is worth investing further in. So we'll put in the cut springs, we'll bolt on the SN95 spindles that I got laying around. I got a set of 5-bolt axles that we can slide in there. Actually, they're brand new, and probably do a diff service. So I can only imagine what the diff fluid is going to smell like in the back of this car. But if we can get all that done, that'd be pretty badass. Maybe get the headlights, well, the bumper properly mounted for one, get the headlights mounted in. But I gotta say, man, this car even just looks good with the ZR6s on here. Thing's ready to roll. Need to get those damn quarter windows down as well. But anyways, enough of me rambling. Let's get this radiator out and see if we can't get all of the coolant and transmission fluid and everything else that we need in this car. You can see right here, this is the line I feel like isn't having a very good time here. So let's see if we can get that disconnected. Oh yeah. Sometimes leaks are good, guys. They like lubricate things and can sometimes make your life a little easier. Oh, there we go. Where we had some leaks in the radiator down here and up here. So pretty easy switch. Grab that one over there. And we'll clean all this up a little bit. Go grab some rags and stuff it in there, and we should be good to go. Okay guys, one thing you want to do, especially if you're using a used radiator in an automatic condition, is flush this out. And the reason why you want to do that is because these holes are usually left open, and if they weren't used in an automatic car before, it means anything, dirt, debris, grime related, can all end up there. Pretty much took the whole gallon, guys, and I did put a little bit in the power steering pump as well. So I think everything is topped off. All we can do now is get this thing fired up. That's one thing, you do actually want to check your transmission fluid with the car running at idle. One thing about automatic transmissions, I know that not everybody knows much about them because a lot of people are manual people. It'll actually say on the dipstick here, don't add if crosshatch area, check when idling in park. Warranty requires something, Dextron, yeah, transmission fluid. So in reality, you check this when you're idling and the car's running. You know, I checked it when it was idling and running, so now it's in the crosshatch area right now, but as soon as this car starts up, I'm sure that's going to go down a little bit now. But man, was this thing ever down in fluid. The other thing we need to do too is rig up the kickdown cable here. I'll get some tie wraps on that, maybe. That is if this thing decides that it actually wants to move under its own power. But we now have coolant. Everything's out of the way. Let's fire this thing up. Cold start action. Purring like a kitten. Remember, we got the old EGR trick going on with the little plunger that I did, if you guys saw that in the last video. So it should idle down in a second here. There it goes. Now, I don't know if that temp gauge is actually going to work. Look at this, guys. I think the alternator is actually working. Unreal. Look at that. Alternator is charging. Awesome. Let's see this thing. Brake booster is whooshing. Oh shit, we're actually getting a bit of pedal now. Oh, we were ready to roll, guys. I actually think we have a brake pedal. Holy shit. We're rolling. And we have brakes, sort of. Transmission might actually be good. Oh yeah. See if it hits second gear. Oh, it does. I think we're dragging something. Yeah, we got no kickdown cable, so. This thing rips, guys. I can't believe the brakes are half-ass working. It's time. I got the stuff out. I got a wheel out. I got a spindle out. I got a spring out. Jack and the tools to get that spindle swapped over, hopefully with ease. And I ended up putting a new temperature sending unit down in the lower intake there, so the gauge is actually working inside the car. So not only all of our gauges are working, oil pressure, alternators charging, water temp, tack, and I also rigged up the kickdown cable here. I haven't driven it yet with it like that. I want to motivate myself here and get some stance stuff done and see if we can't pretty much transform most of the outside here today. That'd be ideal. Look at this tire, guys. Look at this tire. How this thing was holding air. It's beyond me. I wouldn't want to add another PSI to that. Factory spindle gone. Look at that factory spring compared to what I'm about to put into this car. Unreal, right? But that's what we need. Everything came apart great. Flex line came off, no problems. Ball joint, tie rod, damn end link, everything, guys. So this car is actually proven to be pretty easy to work on. So we got this shit out of here. Like so. Ball joint boot's not even torn. Not too bad. So only thing now is I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna pull this screw out, then we're gonna roll this lip all nice like. Oh, 5-0 emblem just fell right off. Got our brake line, everything else hooked up, tie rod end, all that. Had to kind of do a eyeball alignment on it real quick because, well, the SN95 spindles do change orientation around a little bit. So see on the passenger side here, we are just about to knock off the factory 4-lug spindle. And one thing that I do need to mess with, you can see I got brake line tools and everything else here, and I might just be flaring a fitting to on here, and we'll make it work. Front end's done. Gonna have to bleed the brakes out, and oddly enough, the wheels have so much room in the spokes. I can actually leave the wheels on and I can reach the bleeder valves. So we'll do that later, because I'll probably be swapping out the booster. And oh, the master is actually still working. We'll see. I'm actually gonna focus on getting the front bumper stuff resituated, so get the fog light bracket straightened out, get the rebar behind there, try and mount this guy up a little bit better, and get some headlights in, get some fog lights in, and that way the whole front end of the car should actually be looking pretty good. And I'm still gonna have to jack up the back of the car and do the axle swap. In fact, I need to find those old drums that were on the ship box. All right, bumper went on better than I thought, and I got all the headlights in. Ooh, I gotta tighten the fog lights up. Forgot the 15mm on those, but yeah, you know, it's not perfect, but really don't care. Slash hashtag shipbox. So got the jack out of on this side. I'm gonna tighten up these fog lights real quick, and then we're gonna lower this side down and see how our front looks, guys. I think we nailed it, guys. Did you hear that spring pop into place? Damn, that looks good. So I mean, that doesn't motivate you to want to jack up the back and get that done. Sure does. Well, the day's not over yet. However, I have not found the drums. If I don't have the drums, I can't do the rear. I can put the springs in the rear, but that's not going to do much. Oh man, that front. Damn, that looks sweet. I gotta get that 5.0 emblem glued back on there. Anyways, time to get a drink of water. I'm gonna try and find these drums. If I can find them, I'm slapping those axles in and I'm going for it, guys. So fingers crossed. I found them. They were in the spare tire well of the parts car here. So I just gave them a quick shot of Big Rig Seymour paint. And probably not a bad thing that I went digging through here, because I'm probably gonna end up cutting out the spare tire well to put over in here, maybe, unless I just don't put a board in there and seal it in or something. But let's block off our front tire here. I'm gonna go ahead, jack the back end of this thing up, and I'm hoping to knock this out pretty quick. There she is. Get the hood to latch down a little bit better, but stalker bumper, smoke lights, 19-inch Saleens. Not bad for a day's work. Still need to bleed out the brakes, get that booster swapped, but I think I'm going to tow a jet ski with this thing. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the little bit of Labor Day fun. You can see the sun starting to go down a little bit now. I think I'm gonna go reward myself with a cold one. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned, there's lots more coming on Project Foxidized.